Hello everybody. So we're back with another video today, and today I'm going to do a video on the AR versus AK. And I got two targets set up down there. I'll show you guys in a minute, but we're going to test on accuracy, how quick you can put bullets down range, and just the overall what I think of the firearms. So we'll go ahead and show you guys what they look like. All right guys, so I got two targets. I'm going to do one AK, one AR, and that'll be the easiest way to compare them, is to have two targets set up like that. So let's go and see what we can do. All right, so right here I got an AR-15. This is chambered at 5.56 223. Right now I have some 223 load up in it. This is Frontier 55 grain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot 3 rounds on target, and I'm going to do them rapidly but accurate as possible. So we'll go ahead and get all set up, and then we'll get after it. All right guys, so I got my ears in. We got one in the chamber. I'm gonna do 3 rounds on the target, quickly and accurate as possible. Let's do it. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so these were the 3 holes from what I did earlier. These 3 were for me just messing around, so don't worry about those ones. But these were the 3. I was aiming for the center. So 3 rounds tight like that, that's not too bad. So let's go ahead and give the AK a shot and see what we can do with that. All right, I got an AK-47. It's loaded up with 7.62, but 39 is a mixture of tool and whatever else. It's all steel case. So I'm gonna do 3 shots on the bottom target. Let's see what we can get done. You got a little more recoil than the 223. All right, so this is from the AK. As you can see, I hit it there, 1 in the center and 1 low. I was a little slower on the trigger, but that's just because the recoil, and I was trying to shoot accurately. So I mean, it's not too bad, I guess. I mean, all those that's a pretty decent little shot. So yeah, I mean, I will say the AR got a lot tighter group than the 7.62. All right, so for the next test, I got 3 rounds loaded up for the AR. I'm going to dump those 3, and then we'll grab another mag with 3 rounds and dump those 3. I want to see how quick it is to dump them and reload. Then I'll even do the same with the AK. And again, we're going to go for accuracy. So let's see what we can do. All right, so I got my mag in the gun. We'll put my other mag here in my coat pocket. And I went ahead and marked out the old shots. We'll know what ones are the new ones. So go ahead and chamber 1. And she's hot. Let's go see what we did. All right, so as you can see with the AR, I shot high. For some reason, I'm shooting high. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm not for sure where the 6th one went. It's probably that guy right there, if I had to guess. So yeah, that's not too bad, and still, I mean, that's fairly tight in a way, as you could say. So let's go ahead and load up the AK and see what else we can do, and see if we can do just as good. All right, so I got the AK, spare mag in my pocket. I'm going to put the new mag in it. This 3 rounds and another 3, so same as before with the AR. So let's go ahead and give it a try. That one was low. Let's see what we did. All right, so shooting the AK, this, and this were the old rounds. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one must have been the 6. That was probably that one I shot low on. So I will say I stacked 2 of them up right next to each other, and I got a couple loose ones, and that one I shot real low on. So all in all, I'll say it's not too bad. So let's go ahead and load it back up, and we'll do something else. All right, so for this next one, I'm gonna shoot, let's say 5 rounds, and I'm gonna shoot as accurate as possible, and I'm gonna take it slow so I can try to get accurate shots with it. I went ahead and marked out all the old ones. All right, so instead of going down there and showing you guys every other time, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump the 5, and we'll go down there and look at both. All right, I think I was 5. All right, so for the AK, well, the AR, sorry, we got one there, and I believe there's one there. So that was a fairly tight group, so that was really good. And then down here for the AK, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, I got 4 in a line, not really the best, and then I got 1 strangle over here. So I will say that the AR was a lot more accurate than the AK. So let's go ahead and go back there and I'll tell you guys what I think. Okay, so the AR, really enjoy it. Really great platform. It's really light, especially compared to the AK. Today it seemed a little more accurate than the AK, and the recoil is a lot better. That's the reason I like them, is because with an AR, I mean, it's just, and you know, that was a pretty accurate shot. I mean, that was probably a group probably like that, I'd say. So I kept those rounds pretty tight. You know, it's just because that low recoil, it's a hell of a lot easier to tame compared to a AK. Another thing that I really like about the ARs is the ease of operation. It's so easy to use. I mean, you got your mag release right there, so it's easy to get to. You know, I'm not a real big fan of the way it charges, but I will say it's in a better spot than having to go around the gun. You got it right there in the back, so I like that it's a little easier, but you know, it is what it is. Bolt release, I really like where that is. You know, got your mag here, your bolt release there, so you slap mag in it, bam, you're ready to go. The sights on it, I really like open sights. The AR open sights are pretty nice, especially this one, because you got your one for, what is that? I think it's 0 to 200 and then out pretty much. So you can flip it up, depend on whatever you want. You can adjust it, stock, the adjustable, I really like that. But yeah, so I think of the AR, I really like it. Really easy to tear down. You just got a little pin back here, pop that out, and then everything you need is right there. It's your bolt carrier, everything. So really easy to take apart, really easy to clean, really easy to maintain. And you got your little forward assist button, so if it jams up on you. I've never had to use the forward assist ever. It always goes in the battery for me, so yeah, really like the AR platform. But let's go ahead and show the AK. All right, so the AK. This is probably my favorite rifle, just because it's like, I love the platform itself. It's a really great platform. I'm gonna take these out, dear Lord. But I really like the platform. It's a really great platform. The safety selector, you know, slide it up and that's safe. You can't pull your bolt back, and it will not fire. Down, you can pull your bolt and it will fire. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I don't really like how you gotta reach for the safety. I mean, you really have to reach for it. It's not like, you know, the AR where it's just right there on the side. It's easy to get to. You don't have to really move your hand much, but this one's kind of out of the way a little bit. So I will say the safety on it's not the best placement, but you know, it is what it is. Side charging, it's okay. I like it. It's definitely not as quick as it is with the AR. I would say that's one thing that I don't like, is how much slower it is to reload. And when you're loading it, you got to get that front clipped in first before you can rock it all the way back. The sights, again, they're pretty standard sights. It's just like an AR. So yeah, I really like the sights on them. The ARs you've seen was really easy to tear down. This one, it's also pretty simple. Once you get the dust cover off, you take it off, recoil spring, and your bolt assembly. So once you pull that out, that's pretty much everything. So let's go ahead and put this back on. All right. But I will say one thing with the AK is that when it heats up, you feel it, and it lets you know. So one thing I don't really like is you will burn yourself with the AK compared to the AR, especially if you got a grip on the front of the AR. And you can do it with this, but I don't like it. I like the more classic look of an AK. So let's go and shoot some more. And I'll also put 5 rounds through it pretty fast, just to see how fast that is. But we probably won't go down there and look at the target. And then after this, I'll just start shooting it for fun. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, let's go ahead and try to get 5 rounds off fast. Well, yeah, fast. I'm not really going for accuracy, just going for quickness. All right, that was a little over the place, I won't lie. I know like 2 of those did not hit the target whatsoever, just because that recoil on it is such a pain. So, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and dump the old AR and empty out these mags. How much more we got? Oh, I got 1 more left in the gun. And I got these mags. These are ETS mags. They just clamp together. Real simple, real easy. That's all it is right there. So I think you get these for around 15 to 17 bucks a piece. So I definitely recommend getting them. I will say it's really close to your mag release and your bolt release. So that's one thing you'll run into. But it's real nice having those rounds, 60 rounds right there on standby. All right, so I got the AK. Let's go ahead and put a mag in it. Let's go ahead and dump this mag, and I have an extra mag so we can change out. That's it. And then also for this mag, I cut the side out of it. It's a P mag, and it's a banana mag, so you got to put the sticker on it. So let's just dump this one real quick. Yeah, that was fast. Man, I hope I didn't fuck up my stand. Also, let me show you guys a tip for the AR-15. So instead of having 30 rounds in your mag, like what everybody likes, sometimes you gotta put in, and you really got to push it to lock it in. Like as you can see, it's not wanting to go. So all you do, pop 1 round out. Pop out 1 round, and it's a lot easier. Even whenever the mags want to go normally, I mean, this is 29, but that's all it is right there. So taking that 1 round out will be a lot quicker on reloading. So let's go and dump this mag. All right, so there it is, people. That's what I think. That's what I think of the AR versus AK. I will say, all in all, with today, how ammo prices are, the AK is a lot more affordable. You can actually find the ammo in it for it compared to the 5.56 223. So I'll say that's one plus in today, like right now, is you can find the ammo for it. But on a scale of 1 to 10 of how much I like in between accuracy, reliability, I've had no problems with them, with either of them. But accuracy, like reliability, and just overall what I think of them, I would give the AR probably an 8 out of 10, just because it's not my most favorite caliber. I'm not a real big fan of the 223 or the 5.56. I mean, it's okay, it gets the job done, but it's not really my go-to. But compared to the AK, I will say the AK, it's real rugged. I mean, you can do whatever with it. But I like the AK, I like the AK platform, but it has a lot more recoil compared to the 5.56. So that's one downside of that, is the recoil. And that has a lot more recoil. You really can't get it on target as you can with the 5.56 accurately. This is more accurate than the AK, especially if you're going for speed, you know, you're trying to do double tap, stuff like that. This is going to be a lot more accurate than the AK. So yeah, with the AK, I'd probably rate that, I'd probably say that's probably going to be probably a 7 out of 10 personally. You know, I really like it. I like the way that it operates and everything, but the recoil of it's just a big downside. You know, it has a lot more recoil compared to this, and you know, this and the AK are pretty big platforms all across the country for, you know, sporting use, as you could say. But I will say this is a lot better and more accurate, so I would say this is probably a point higher than the AK. But I really love the AK platform. It's probably one of my favorite rifle platforms, semi-auto rifle platforms. But yeah, and just to show you a comparison of the ammo, I'll show you here in a second. So the 223 is a lot smaller. The casing is a lot smaller also, but overall it's a lot smaller, lighter round compared to the 7.62. So that's one reason I don't like it, is just how big the projectile is. You know, I like that big thumping 7.62, but you know, it is what it is. I like them both. So if you don't have one already, go out and pick up an AK or an AR, either, you know, one or the other. Go get one. I know you'll like it. Both of them did pretty well today. I think the AR did a little bit better. So that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.